Hiya folks, I'm Grim and welcome to Grim Grooves. Happy 4th of July to all my American friends out there. Today we'll be checking out Home Free for the first time with American Pie, which is crazy, featuring Don McLean, which is even crazier. This is a fantastic song. I've listened to it ever since I was a kid, and I'm sure many of you guys did as well, but I've never heard a cover of it, and I've never heard anything from Home Free, so I'm really excited to see what this will be like. And Don McLean at this age? How does he sing? How does he sound? I guess we'll find out. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, because I've got so much more from Home Free and so many other artists to go through going forward. And also, if you'd like to request something, you can request through tier 2 of my Patreon or down in the comments. I've got over 100 songs on my Patreon now. You can check it if you'd like. But without further ado, let's check out American Pie by Home Free featuring Don McLean.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile.
Ooh, wow.
And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love?
Wow.
Do you have faith in God above?
This is already crazy. I mean, Don McLean has such a fantastic voice still after all these years. Like, he must be in his 70s or something like that, but he can still sing just like he could back in the day. But he has more talent now. Like, you can tell that there's some little spins that he put on his delivery of certain notes and certain phrases in the song that were just absolutely fantastic. I mean, he's definitely grown quite a bit since his first creation of the song, and he's probably sung it for years and years. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's his biggest hit that I know of, but it's incredible to hear him singing here. And the guys from Home Free in the background harmonizing as he's singing those lines, it's absolutely fantastic. Added like a almost ethereal quality to it, like it's from another place, like from something angelic or something like that. It was absolutely incredible. And now the guys from Home Free start singing, and they have fantastic voices too. I want to get back to the beginning of this and just hear it from the top, because they have fantastic voices and so much range too. It's so interesting. Again, I've never heard them before.
Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, or do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues.
Nice.
I was only teenage drunken buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. That's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen,
This guy and his beatboxing are fantastic. I mean, the entire group is unbelievable, but just the fact that he's maintaining this beatboxing, like, perfect rhythm and the style of it to fit the song melody is just incredible. I don't know if they have another beatboxer. I don't exactly know the different members of the group because, again, this is my first time hearing them, but they're fantastic, each and every one of them. I mean, this guy here who just came in, started being like the main singer for this section, he has a phenomenal voice, which is very distinct from this guy's voice who just sang before. Like, they're both really talented, clearly, and of course Don McLean coming in the chorus and just singing like the main phrases of the chorus melodies, also incredible. Like, this is all just so fantastic. Like, I had high hopes going in because, again, this is a song I've heard my entire life, but they did such justice to this already, and we're not even halfway through, but this is incredible. And also it's interesting because, like, I'm more familiar, I'd say, with the Weird Al version, The Saga Continues. Like, they're both, or The Saga Begins, they're both fantastic songs, of course, and it's a parody of this song, but it's just hard not to think of those lyrics sometimes as I'm listening to this, because although it's such a classic song and stuff like that, I think I've listened to Weird Al's version a little bit more. But I'm still focused on this, and it's fantastic. It's such an interesting delivery, it's such an interesting version of this song.
When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, in a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned, but no verdict was returned. And while Lyndon read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark.
I guess this guy's also a bassist or a beatboxer and things like that, but they're both really talented. I mean, this little flourish they just put on, like, not even a minute ago, like in the last 20 seconds, was absolutely fantastic. Let's get it again.
And while Lyndon read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark. The day the music died, we were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Helter skelter in a summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast.
Oh, nice.
It landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume while the sergeants played a marching tune.
This entire section is my favorite, and we're gonna go back another like 15 seconds and just get it again. But this guy's voice, I think, is also my favorite of the group so far, and not just because this is my favorite part of the song in general, but he has such a fantastic voice, like they all do. But his voice being a little bit more falsetto and also having that little bit of a country accent, I think they all have a little bit of that accent, like just some kind of southern drawl, a little bit to the way that they deliver the words and the stuff like that. Again, I don't really know anything about them, but his accent, it seems a little more pronounced, and he just has smooth vocals, just absolutely beautiful, and he's able to hit those same notes that you would expect in the song. It's really great. Like, because again, this section of the song has a lot of flourishes and a lot of like sustained notes and things like that that just are like very original to this song, and you have to really nail those notes and those phrases to be able to actually capture the feeling of this part of the song, which again is my favorite part of the song. So he's doing a great job so far. It's really well done. So let's get it again.
It landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, oh, but we never got the chance, 'cause the players tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed today? The music died. We started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Oh.
It's so interesting that this song itself, this version of the song, is like a faster tempo than the original, and it's like, it's almost like a doo-wop version or something like that. It's very different, but at the same time, it still hits those same like beats, those same like plucks those same heartstrings. Like, I'm actually tearing up a little bit here just because of how beautiful this is. And again, I have never heard Home Free before. I don't know anything about these guys. Obviously, I know Don McLean because he created this masterpiece, but like, it's just, it's so beautiful that I can't help but like just be washed away. And I'm not even American, I'm Canadian. But I can still appreciate how amazing this is. Just such an incredible composition and style for this version of the song, even though it's, again, a little more kind of just happy overall, a little more high energy. It's still very distinct and very beautiful, and they're doing an amazing job with this. And of course, Don McLean is still as good now as he was back then. It seems like he's such a fantastic singer. They're all so talented.
This'll be the day that I die. Oh, and there we were all in one place. A generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack Flash sat on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend. Oh, and as I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fist of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan spell. And as the flames climbed high into the night to light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight. The day the music died.
I just gotta say, this guy's voice is also very country. Like, you can hear the kind of country drawl, and like, there's a lot of country singers that sound kind of similar to him, but he is very talented as well. Like, it's interesting to get each, like, a showcase of each member's kind of skill set, because I've never heard them before, so I have no familiarity. I don't know anything about them, how they sing, but this has been fantastic. I mean, each member of the group that's like focused and been like the main focus of the song, just taking control of that verse, has done an amazing job. Like, they're all very talented, and I'm not even really a country fan. Like, I'll admit that right now. Like, of all genres, I like just about all genres, but country is one of the few that I like. Bluegrass, I like some styles of country, but just overall, like, a lot of it's very, very similar to me, and I'm not a huge fan. I may have to dive into more reactions of country music going forward, because this was fantastic so far. It's just incredible version. And it's part of the reason why I wanted to do this one as my first Home Free song, because it's not directly country, although it's country adjacent, but it really showcases how talented each and every member of this group is, and you're gonna get to hear an idea of how unique and interesting they are individually and as a group. Like, their harmonies behind Don McLean and these singing, or even as a group. Like, there was sections where this guy on the right was singing, and we got like the rest of them as backup singers and stuff like that. It's really well done. And also, again, the beatboxing just being so consistent throughout this entire song is just incredibly impressive. This entire group seems really great.
The music died, and he was singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. And I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play.
Don McLean still got it.
In the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, They caught the last train for the coast. The day the music died.
Ooh.
And they were singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Who's doing the bass? But wow.
Boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die.
Wow. That was incredible. Like, I got chills and I teared up throughout this whole thing. Like, it was such a beautiful rendition of this song, and they all did such an amazing job as well. The only one we didn't really get to see featured as a singer is the guy at the top here, but everyone else was unbelievable. I mean, I believe one of them was also doing some beatboxing there as well, but like it's just really impressive. Like, for the first time hearing this group, like, it just blew me away with how talented they all are, individually and as a group. And also Don McLean still got it. I mean, again, some of the deliveries of some of the lines in this song were a little bit different, but again, as I said before, he's probably been playing this song himself, like doing concerts and shows and stuff like that for what, 40 years, 30 years or something like that. Like, a long time he's been working on this song. So his delivery and his style and the way he's doing it now is a little bit different from the way it was in the original song, but it's still really good. I mean, he's still incredibly talented at what he does, and so is this entire group. Like, they're all spectacular, just really interesting artists and so talented. And again, it would have been nice to be able to hear the guy at the top sing, because then I would have gotten a little snippet of each member of the group's talent and how they sing and stuff like that. But even still, I mean, this is an amazing cover, an amazing version of this song, and it's crazy that they got Don McLean to come and actually sing on it with them, because of course, like, he's so iconic and the song is so iconic, and so to bring him in and have him do the music for this was really cool. It was really cool, just amplified it all that much more. And like, those last lines, like, just such soft deliveries from Don McLean alongside all of the groups, just beautiful harmonies. And we get the bassiness. Like, I'm not sure which member of the group is doing the bass, like the heavy bass section there, but you could definitely hear it's very pronounced in the last bars of the song. Really interesting. I mean, it always blows me away just how talented a cappella groups are. I've listened to tons of pentatonic songs, and they're always so impressive. And I've checked out a few other groups as well, like voice play and stuff like that, and they're all just so talented. And now here's Home Free, and many people have told me to check out Home Free in the past, and I can see why now, because each member of the group is clearly incredibly talented, and their ability to kind of mix and change slight elements of songs, or this song I should say, they did a really good job with it, I'd say. Like, because it's such an impactful and such an important song, so to be able to do it so well and do it justice, it takes a lot. But I feel like they did. Like, they didn't really take too many like crazy spins on the song and do things too outlandish. They did a really good job and stuck to like the heart of what made the song great to begin with, while also adding a few flourishes here and there that didn't take away from the main song, but just added something new that was a little bit more unique to this version. Even like the tempo being a little bit faster and a little bit more kind of jaunty as of a tune, as opposed to being a little bit more somber like the original song. Like, it's very different style in a way, but I feel like it worked really well here. Like, you could listen to both this song and the original American Pie back to back, and each one has its own unique kind of drawbacks and strengths and stuff like that. More strengths and drawbacks, of course, but it's really fantastic though. Really cool. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, watching my reaction. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And once again, happy 4th of July to all the Americans out there. Until next time, later days, folks.